set up the GoFundMe page. We need someone. I mean, all these things could be one person, could be 4 people, but we need someone to be a fundraising lead and really develop the strategy. And of course, we need more help on NFT, like promotion in general. So there will definitely be like all calls to retweet once we find someone to run the Twitter and these sorts of things. You will have support. You won't be all alone, or whoever takes this role won't be all alone. Does anyone have any ideas about the NFT sale? One thing that came up in the conversations was that we will do like maybe we frame it less as an NFT sale and more as a fundraiser, and maybe we try to bring in green like carbon offsets so that we can make it a green fundraise. And even though we downplay the NFT portion for a lot of the audience, we like, we still try to be carbon negative or whatever, carbon neutral at best. Any other thoughts on the NFT sale and fundraise?
There are like a platform which used to work for constitutional DAO and a similar like project which doesn't require to build any front end whatsoever. And I'm not sure, is it like suitable for NFTs? How important was NFT thing? Is it like already set in stone, but we have to give people NFT? And if so, is this carbon neutral, I think, actually for Burning Man, which kind of burn quite a lot of fuel. So I'm very surprised to see it among the priorities for Burning Man at all.
It's a priority for Burning Man's organization. And so doing like, this will be the first, at least that we know of, NFT for Burning Man, which kind of is pretty cool. And we already have the art, and we're pretty committed to the NFT fundraise at this point. So we're definitely going to do that. And there's like the burner audience trying to make our art car project carbon neutral will be probably, we need to check the expenses and see how expensive that would be, but I don't think it'd be that bad, honestly. So I don't know. I hope that answered your questions.
Well, just to use with ready-to-use front end, or you want to build
the
one?
Juicebox, I think is what you're talking about. I think it's called Juicebox, but I don't know that they work with NFTs, and the audience it's not that friendly for burners, I would say. It's more for crypto natives, but maybe not so bad. We could do it basically. So one of the things I want to say is ideas are cool, but if we don't have anyone to execute it, they don't matter.
I can just order this front end. Like a friend of mine who has a build ship, they basically have a UI to make $10 mainnet Ethereum NFT. Yeah, by the way, have to be NFT on Ethereum mainnet, or do we have preferences for some sidechain L2?
So we don't need help on the blockchain side of things. What we really need is a comms lead and a fundraising lead and a strategy for that. We don't actually need development help. We have Jacob has everything set to go, and he's run 1 million NFT sales and has been with it for the whole progress. So onboarding more developers doesn't help. We need softer skills. If you know a comms team or like a PR firm or something like that, we might be interested. So yeah, well, if anyone has any ideas about the fundraise, oh man, it would be so cool to get some comms people, and we'll just move on. Any last thoughts on NFT sale fundraise?
Yeah, I still didn't get the part, like, how do we use this NFT? Do we still doesn't go kind of like...
Yeah, so this is kind of the fun part about the NFT. So the art car will be around for many years, 5 years at least, and we are committed to support the NFT holders for those 5 years. And so people who buy it this year, they can buy an NFT. And actually, funny story though, Burning Man org will not let us offer a public shower. We have a shower. The intention was to give it to anyone who comes on the art car. They won't let us. They say you can only have private showers. So we're going to allow the NFT token holders to have showers. We're also going to allow the NFT token holders to sneak in the back door. And it's basically their art car, right? They paid for it. So it's like they're kind of campers and they don't have to wait in the line. They'll be able to skip the line. They'll be able to use the shower. They'll be able to get sneak peeks into our Telegram rooms. And there's going to be some other, cool opportunities that they have. Like they'll be able to, we'll keep them updated on where the art car is and a regular thing so they can go find it. They'll be able to ride the art car from DECENTRAL to the playa. Normally we won't let that be open for everybody. And so little things like that. But then, they enjoy it this year, they can actually sell the NFT for next year, and then we make a new list. So the people who have the NFT year over year are the ones who get these special privileges. And so that's why we use the NFT. Also, the NFT upon sale, we get a percentage of the sales cost. So every time they sell it, they fund the art car a little bit more as well.
This is like a little bit spooky territory, Griff. How is this like radical inclusion?
So we talked with the Burning Man org. First off, they're the ones saying we have to exclude people from showers, right? Second, it's very common, I guess, and approved by the org to have like a donor night or a fundraiser night where the art car is not public. It's more only for people who contributed to building it. They do this, I guess, on the reg. So they say that it's okay, to exclude people. And I think the way that we're doing it, where it's like these people get to skip the line, it's kind of like, this happens a lot of the time for the campers that are offering the gift. The campers that are offering the gift often get to skip the line. And so the people who paid for the art car, and we're talking thousands of dollars, like so these NFTs are going to be, one's going to be about 0.42 Ether, 0.420 Ether, and the other the proposal is to be 1.337 Ether. So this is like, $1,500, $500. You want to update?
I think it's, yeah. I have to be disagreeable. It just sounds like you're creating exclusivity, and I don't know. It's got a weird ring to it, especially when you explained it. Like
It's
skipping
true.
lines, exclusive access to an art car. Like, I don't know.
That was my first reaction as well. Max, someone from the Telegram group, and also Griff. I mean, so if we do frame it in a way that's like, these are all donations, and then a certain tier of donations, you get an NFT as a gift. And I think it's a matter of like framing and understanding. We can even communicate that we wanted to offer free showers for everyone. I think there's a way to communicate around it, because my initial reaction was also contraction. Right? Like,
how does Dr. Bronner's do it?
Well, they don't. I think the more better question is, how do other art cars do it? Because Dr. Bronner's
Stationary.
Well, I don't. For the shower.
Yeah,
so
they have their own early morning time that actual campers can use their showers. That's just dedicated for campers.
Public shower, like how do they do that?
It's a foam party. It's not a shower. They don't call it that.
And also, you can go through Zendo on the down low. You can go through Zendo to get in, and you can if you have certain I was kind of interpreting a little bit for deaf people, and they let us all in. So it's there are people that they just kind of let in.
But the way Dr. Bronner's works is anybody can go in. If you wait in a big line, anybody can go in for this foam party. So Is there an angle there that like we can circumvent this whole like weird excluding people thing?
Except, well, I
Add
mean,
foam to the showers?
Part of it is also the DMV, right? And the Dr. Bronner's doesn't have to go through that. But in the end, there's I guess in the 90s, a bunch of people went to the hospital because of some bad showers. And so there's a policy against showers at Burning Man. We were going to try to offer to write the policy about how the water has to be for it to be okay. But
Hi, Bowen.
it is what it is. See you, Bowen.
Would it still be the same if we just had a steam room? If we didn't do showers?
Yeah, but the shower is already there. You know, it's built in, and we want to offer it in future years.
And also, it's important to asterisk real quick that the board does know that we're offering an NFT and they're on board with it, right, Griff? And it's going to be the first NFT at Burning Man, and we're gonna have to we got to hold that with love and respect and find a way to frame it so that people can model after that as well, so that we can somehow take the exclusivity, explain what it actually, right? I think it's all going to be in the copy, the communication and the framing and remembering like love and respect and all that. Because at the end of the day, like, even though everything is open and free, like resources are it's not, right? It's like there is a certain aspect of like radical self-reliance as well, right? So yeah.
And also correct me if I'm wrong, but partly to answer your question, Mitch, like people can still enjoy the art car. There's just parts of it that you can't. And that's kind of the same with any art car, right? Like you don't just get to hop in the passenger seat of the Mayan, whatever that thing, Mayan warrior, because you're a burner, right? Like there's exclusive access all over Playa. You can't go in my tent without permission. You can't go in even our sauna at DECENTRAL or at Anahasna Village. There's certain hours that the sauna is open and isn't. So I think that while the initial feeling of ickiness is real, because I had that same reaction, the more I thought about it and compared it to everything else that happens on Playa, the more it made sense. I think it's the token that is like the big clincher that makes it seem weird. Like it is literally an exclusive item that you have to have. And so that's where I think our messaging has to be, as Nova said, like extremely clear, and we have to be very careful about how we present it. If you haven't had a chance yet, Mitch, check the DECENTRAL organizers chat or whatever it's called now, the new name. We had a big discussion in there about it yesterday, and there was a lot of ideas thrown around, and anything that I would say now I've already said in that chat, about even renaming it into like something different than an NFT, like it's a digital donation badge or something that like people that aren't NFT degens will actually like resonate with, as opposed to being like, oh, this is some scammy car offered by a bunch of Doge scammers or something. Really reframing all of it and rewording it so that it's accessible to everybody.
Now, assuming you do it this way, how are you going to check? Are they going to have a physical object that we give them?
We're gonna have to work on that exact strategy, but the plan is to give people bracelets currently. So there's two types of NFTs, and when they buy the NFT, you know, they'll have to, when they contribute to the fundraise, I think the strategy probably will be to first point them to a fundraise page, and that will have a link to the NFT page if they want to use crypto to support it, right? To support the art car. And then we will need them to, if they end up with the NFT, we'll need to get them to give us their legal name, and we'll have to set up a way to basically check IDs and give people bracelets on Playa. And then people have IDs with them because of the bars and stuff.
Why don't they just come to our camp?
Yeah.
Or you want to do it? Okay, you're not going to do it from the car.
I think we can do it both places, honestly. Yeah. And I don't think that, yeah. So the other thing is, when the art car is parked during the day, we might offer access to it, you know, to NFT token holders for showers as well. And so it's like, oh yeah, you can always get a shower here. That's kind of cool. Anyway, I want to move on from the NFT. Yeah, you could burn the NFT. Anyway, I want to move on to NFT, but really, if you guys are interested in supporting this effort, we really, really need someone to take on the comms. It doesn't have to be you. If you just know someone, even a marketing firm, at this point, we really could use the support. So,
I mean, if it's marketing stuff, if it's a marketing firm, if we don't find anyone, if it's a marketing firm, I did recently, I met someone at DECENTRAL Austin, the conference, who is a great crypto marketer and like straddles both. He's cool. He's like, he started doing a nonprofit called, anyways, doesn't matter. He's cool. I can reach out to him if it comes to that.
Yeah, I think that's the way. Okay. So, but let's move on. But please, 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 this is probably the most urgent ask for roles.
I forget. Have I already messaged us in the group chat and asked for someone to do this?
Probably.
I messaged yesterday. I sent out a message, but you know, people, I don't know how often people check. I know I haven't been checking it that often, so I can ping again, or we can maybe send out a different.
I can send a second one, so that way it's the same message, but like more people posting it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Definitely. Okay, cool. So let's keep going. Roles. So I put a lot of people's names for some of these roles. I'll be honest, we took a leap of faith yesterday to fill in as many roles as I could. So if you see your name on this list, congratulations, you have a role. So yeah, let's see. I'll try to call them out to the people that I see in this. So Kurt, unload lead. Brian, people ops. General construction lead is Val. Nova's leading the cat herding. Mitch obviously is the decentralized Lish. We got speaker series conductor. We're still kind of working on that. I haven't had a real chance to sync with Matt and El Penguino. I think you were interested as well. So if it would be great to just chat with you guys and try to shore up how to lead the speaker series. Who else is in this call? We got our orientation lead is Heather, who used to do it for Camp Contact, which is great. And Jess, I don't know, this might be Jessica Zartler, or is this you, Jess? For orientation helper?
I know nothing, but yeah, I know nothing.
Okay, your name would only be there if you put it there. So this
might be a different Jess.
Yeah, this might. Well, I'll just go with Jessica Z. So let's see, and I think so. There's also these leads. So we have some. The strategy this year for our different structures is to have one point person during build week who's coordinating all of the stuff around that structure. And then we have Val as general construction lead and Ashley Shop as beautification lead. And so Val and Ashley will work on every structure or coordinate on every structure. And then we have a lead on every structure. But those leads, and we reached out to the various people that we suggested lead different structures. Those leads need to say what they need. You know, if they want to take on beautification themselves, cool. If they don't want to take on beautification, then they got to ask us to get someone to help beautify, right? And we need to get that sorted out pretty soon. If they don't want to lead the construction of it, totally cool. We need to find someone who will lead the construction of it. But it's kind of like, you know, each person who leads these structures is responsible for the structure, that it gets built and finished during build week. So that's kind of the point there. And we reached out to everyone. Nova reached out to everybody that we thought could take different things on. So yeah.
Question, which job role just at the top for NFT, which one are we trying to fill in for NFTs? Because there's two filled in for NFT lead. Or should we just make one of them NFT marketing?
So Jacob and Mark are like developers. We don't have the roles here for NFT marketing. This is like, I can put it in here.
Cool.
I'll just throw it in there. So yeah, so we need support there for sure. And what do we have? What do we have? Oh yeah, tie the knot dome. Just an update on that. We may not build it unless someone's really hot to try and is like, no, I love that thing. I think we're going to cut it from scope and just not build it this year. So cutting the knots. This is the DMT Launchpad, unless someone really wants to put it up. And obviously speaker series. We need backups for the various like plumbing leads and electrical leads, but that can be found on Playa. We'll need a safety lead, which can be found on Playa. Same on parking enforcement. We need someone to take on garbage. It was Josh last year, and you were a hero, Josh. But now you have a lot of other responsibilities. So hopefully, you can find someone else who wants to take that on. And we could always use more speaker series trainers. That's a job that takes up time during the burn. Tool organization steward. If someone loves organizing tools and keeping things organized in the house.
And also not taking anything personally if people make a mess, and you can just be Taoist about it and laugh.
Yeah, exactly. Mitch wants more help for lead chefs, of course. And yeah, and we need some people to help us organize DJ, what do you call it? Like the DJs for the art car. And let me just make sure nobody else. Lead fluffer for breakdown. I think this can be found on Playa, but still always really critical. And I'm so happy to hear that almost everyone in this call is like, I will stay to the bitter end. That's fantastic. So yeah, if you guys know anybody who needs a discount on dues, these roles do account for a discount on dues, and we will do the accounting the best we can to figure out exactly how much those discounts are. For most people, it'll be free. And also everyone in the camp will get a free NFT. Well, not free. Most people are paying some serious dues. So dues are going to be around $2,000 this year, $2,000, and then they go up in August. So in July, hopefully everyone who's not like really contributing will pay $2,000. And yeah, and that's all I have. I guess the one other call for action is if you know anyone cool that you think should camp with us, message them right now. And we could make a DAO to receive payments or a multi-sig, but the thing is we have like it's ready made in this website already to track like this app, to tie applications to payments, you know, with the login. So
what's the blocker then?
Jacob has been really preparing for this conference that's happening right now in New York and hasn't been very accessible.
Yeah, that one with the JPEG.
Yeah, the JPEG one. Yeah.
Also, quickly before I forget, Griff, do you want to throw in there that Luca and Bowen are not going to be there for takedown? So we are looking for someone to do that.
Okay.
And I will show you this.
JPEG rich, there it is. Cool. Oh yeah, and Jess, you like to do design?
Yes, that's my jam.
Sweet. So we need to sort out a flyer that says when all of our talks are, and we'll have a good list of some data that you can work with. And then we want to make it beautiful and make probably either a 5x7 card, or if it has to be bigger, it can be bigger, but that we can basically tape up and put in porta potties around our neighborhood. So when people are pooping, they're like, oh, cool. I can go watch crypto talks. That sounds nice. I want to learn about that. And then, or not, but either way, they see it. And also we want to put that in the book, in the books that we hand out, because we'll probably be updating it at the last minute.
Question about those books. These are the books that you guys are going to be self-publishing?
So there's 2 books and the flyer. So there's the who, what, where, the what, where, when. Sorry, not who.
That's the Burning Man official. Okay.
And they hand that to everybody who comes in to the flyer, right? Then we're gonna have Anahasana Village, Naked Heart, Camp Contact, and Decentral are gonna have our own book with all of our events, because we never. It's a book, we have so many events that it's its own book, and that is already in progress. And so we probably are going to have some last minute changes and these sorts of things. So we want to make a flyer that is up to date, that we control, and we can make the last minute changes and just like stick it in the book that we hand out, that Anahasana Village hands out.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I can do that.
Do we have people on the team for tomorrow, for the deadline for tomorrow at noon? Yeah,
I think right now we have, so I guess that's a great call. I guess just one last reach out for people who can be there at noon tomorrow, West Coast time. I'm hoping maybe Jesse, if you can be there tomorrow at noon. Sorry, 11:45 West Coast time. And Mitch, you said you could be there. And who else could be there? Septimus, 9 o'clock Europe. And is there any chance that we can get anyone else who can copy paste into a website at around noon West Coast time?
I might be able to do it. I have to double check, but
Okay.
maybe, yeah.
Okay, cool. So I will create a Google Calendar and I'll just put a bunch of people's name on it, and hopefully we can all random people can show up on top of this. Any other topics?
Do we want to talk about the recording? I would love to have things recorded, and hopefully we can find a person to do the uploads and stuff. But I think it would be beautiful to have the talks recorded.
Let's see.
Yeah, setting up the gear to do the actual recording on the main stage is not extra difficult. Last time I think we just let the recorder run almost the entire week with a big memory card, and that's the easy part. It's everything after that is what Griff already mentioned. We need to find a team of people who can do all of the editing and turn them into actual talks, and do all the file formatting and do all the intro outro stuff, that's the heavy lifting that is not easy to do. So if we can find that, we can do it. But it's easy for me to just set it up to record, so that we can do.
Yeah, no harm in that anyways, right? So we can do that in maybe Upwork or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Fishbowl won't likely have them recorded, just because most of those talks, last year, I don't think we even used a PA system in there, because the room is small enough that people can just talk openly. And that's where I think a lot of the more roundtable style discussions would happen anyway. So you'd lose most of the talk if it's the audience participating. But the main stage, where it's actually a specific one-on-one, or a 1-2 crowd speaker, those ones are the ones that we should be focused on recording. So if there are talks that we specifically want to be recorded with the hopes of them later appearing as a podcast or some sort of audio file, we'd want to make sure that those are on the main stage so that they do actually get recorded.
Does anyone else have the results? This vote didn't seem to work. Like when I look at the results, I get 0. But I voted. Does anyone else see results?
Yeah, no, I'm seeing 0 also.
Well, that is
Decentralized Google.
Yeah, this is a shitty poll. Okay, well, I'll try to find another resource to make a poll, because apparently this didn't work. Let's see.
Yeah, I think the question is, because of determining it's easy to actually record them, the question is more, do we pay to produce the talks into a final format? I think that's more the question, since that will require a budget, versus the recording is just I'll look up how much a big memory card costs, and then that's literally the only cost to doing the recording.
Yeah. and the bandwidth of like testing it and making sure it's still being recorded and watching that device and making sure that it's still happening. Like it's not worth maintaining the recording infrastructure. Even though it's easy to set up, it's like, is it working? Make sure to check, and then we don't publish. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll make another vote and put it in Telegram in the 2022 channel. So make sure to join the 2022 channel. Any other agenda topics people want to cover?
A question that's kind of only relevant for me. How many points is the NFT marketing and the NFT Twitter for camp dues?
It's going to be one of those things that we would be willing to pay for it. So it would be free dues if someone really takes it on. Like it would be full on free dues. And we would help them get a ticket, obviously. And if, yeah.
I have another question about like applications itself. You mentioned what you didn't find like my form, and like expand probably half an hour to write like MBA essay like why decentralization is important and stuff. How to check like the list of applications and whether like applications which we apply actually worked or like didn't work, lost, maybe something didn't work, bug?
Supposedly we have all the applications. There was some bad data sets being kicked out, but the database supposedly captures all the information. So I definitely have your form now, or at least whatever. I have at least one application from you. And
but not +1, not significant hours. So probably some applications were lost.
Possibly, in the end, I have to rely on Jacob, and he's just been slammed. So, this has been a challenging thing, and we're hoping that Brian can get a hold of Jacob after Friday and be kind of a backup. Thank you, Brian. You're a fucking hero. We really appreciate the support, so that we don't have. I guess we have 3 central points of failure at this point. So it's like Jacob, me, and Kirka. Luckily, Kirka is like such a rock star. We don't have to worry about that one. Me and Jacob, I don't know. We'll see.
Another couple quick questions. One of them with the Google form for the talks. I know that Jess had an idea for a talk she wanted to see happen, but she didn't necessarily want to lead the discussion herself. Can she just submit the core outline? Okay, yeah, to the form, and then we can find somebody to do the talk.
Absolutely. Matt and I are going to go through the talks tonight, and if anyone else is interested, DM me, and we're going to set the schedule with whatever data we have so that we can put it together. And, some talks, maybe we just take editorial decisions not to add. Some talks we turn into fishbowl panels. Like, we're just going to do the best that we can with the data that's there and have something that will be, and those things will be set in stone. And then, maybe we have to change things on Playa. Of course, like people don't show up or whatever, we'll play some games. Also, another thing that's worth mentioning is we don't have as many slots as we've had in the past. We're not going to do 80 hours this year. We're going to do like, I think it's closer to like 50 or 60. And we're going to, there's going to be a lot more interaction on the art car. We're going to have a lot more tasks on the art car than we had in previous years. Cool. Any other questions or topics?
I know, Jess, did you want to mention the step thing?
I was just kind of wondering if we're still setting. Wow, that's an echo. If you wanted us to still sign up for STEP or. Okay.
It's probably a little late for STEP.
Yeah.
You can try. It's never a bad idea to sign up for everything and anything, but
Okay, I'll focus on OMG.
OMG is where it's at, and also telling everybody That's honestly, that's where most tickets come from. Most tickets come from network effects and like just being loud on Facebook and Twitter and anywhere where you have friends and social media acquaintances.
And regional Facebook groups.
Yeah.
As well.
Yep. Just talk to your burner friends and talk to your grandma. Talk to anybody who knows anybody, because you never know where a ticket will come from. That being said, builders get first priority. So you guys, you know, you don't have to worry about. I think everyone here is coming early, and we'll make sure that you guys get tickets. And this is the other thing is that, man, I've never seen so many applications without tickets at this point. So like we have a pretty high percentage of non-ticketed applicants. That's not good. So that means a lot of the applicants just they'll give up, you know, even though we end up getting so many tickets the last week, you know, lots of people just don't want to risk it. They don't trust. And that's why there's so many tickets available the last day. Right. And on Friday and Saturday before the burn, we always get like 5-6 tickets. So yeah, definitely try to tell everybody you know that you think is cool also to join our camp and apply, especially if they have a ticket. Oh my God, if you know someone with a ticket, be like, hey, you should camp with us. Especially if they're down to pay $2,000 in dues for this epic art car and support our art car, because the thing's going to be, we're going to have an incredible year this year. We have it all. We have I think we're going to have one of the best art cars on Playa, straight up. Who else is offering? Have you ever seen an art car that's offering a steam room? I don't think so, right? That's incredible. Not to mention speaker series. We'll probably end up with a nice cozy camp. We have a nice strategy with RVs. So if someone wants to bring an RV, we're going to give them fuel and community, like a commons area. It's going to be a great year. So thank you guys for coming and hanging out. Hopefully we'll get the acceptance letter out. You got 15 seconds, 10, no, 2.
Thanks,